Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Monday Lunchtime Digest for December 30, 2024. Happy Monday, Hayley.
Happy Monday, Micah.
How are you doing today?
I am a little bit windblown, but otherwise I'm okay. How are you doing?
I am doing well. So I took off the last part of obviously Christmas Day and then the last part last week off. And so today has been getting in the office and trying to figure out which way is up. But so far,
Oh, man.
so good. Yeah.
Good. Well, welcome back to the office.
Oh, well, thank you very much. So tell me what is going on with OCI?
So, lots of great things at OCI. So, first of all, even though we are still about 6 weeks out from our Summer Super Summit, we have contracted all of our speakers and we'll be announcing that in February. And so, February 1st is when we plan to announce our speaker lineup. That being said, the last day to sign up for early bird registration is January 31st. So, you still have about 31 days to sign up. Get that early bird rate, $199 for members as opposed to the $290 for non members. It'll be 2 days, 14 hours of continuing education training, and lots of fun. And so, if you have any questions, as always, reach out to us at hello@edmondcounseling.com. But we encourage you to sign up soon. We have a few folks who have signed up already. And so, I think we're going to have a lot of things to look forward to in May. But coming up a bit sooner, starting in about 2 weeks from Thursday, we're going to have what we call Thrive in 2025. So Thrive in 2025 is going to be a consultation and collaboration group for therapists. It's not going to be a therapy group, it's not mental health care. Rather, it is a group of therapists meeting to talk about self care and wellness for 2025. And so we have quite the lineup for this 8 week program. We'll meet Thursdays at noon from noon to 1 online. But we'll be talking about burnout prevention, secondary trauma prevention, and compassion fatigue prevention, as well as exploring 5 different areas of self care. So, the object of this group is not only to do a self reflection assessment on where am I when it comes to self care, where am I when it comes to compassion fatigue and burnout, but also it's a way for us to learn new skills together on improving those areas of self care and holding each other accountable when it comes to creating those goals for 2025. And so, if you're interested in learning more about our group, or if you'd like to sign up, you can go to counselinginstitute.org. I know I'm very excited about it, and not just because I'm running it and I've created the curriculum, but also I look forward to connecting with folks and learning more about their own self care experiences. So that's what's going on in OCI. Oh, I forgot too. We also have lots of new courses up. So we have 4 new courses in the catalog as of this week, with one more to probably come later today and another one probably to come tomorrow. So lots of new courses up. So I think we're up to 67 courses in the OCI catalog, Micah, if you can believe it.
Oh, man, fantastic. And, as everyone, I'm sure you may know that all those courses are approved by all the Oklahoma boards, Oklahoma Board of Behavioral Health, Oklahoma Drug and Alcohol Board, and also the Oklahoma Board for Social Work. And so if you're an Oklahoma mental health provider and you want to make sure that your continuing education is approved, then go check out our online courses. And then we have live in-person workshops starting in March. And I know Hayley has been working on getting that schedule going and has already contacted people getting them lined up. So we do that March through June. And we'll be having those in-person workshops going here pretty soon.
Yes, and we'll announce a speaker soon, but I can say we'll have some courses on Gottman method as well as motivational interviewing. So a little bit of a sneak peek there. As soon as those contracts are returned signed, then I'll announce who, what, when, where, and why.
Well, fantastic. So, yeah, certainly check out all that we have to offer there at counselinginstitute.org. And again, I know you talked about that Thrive in 25, really excited about that support group for mental health therapists to be able to just go and get that support from one another, but then also being able to learn those self-care strategies and kind of an accountability group too, to be able to have people that you say, this is what I'm going to do for self-care, and then they'll follow up with you, that next meeting. So that's going to be, I think, really, really good to have as well.
I hope so. So, yes, lots that I'm excited about in 2025 and beyond. And I'm sure that we have lots to talk about when it comes to the world today, too.
Yeah. So what's going on in mental health news, Hayley?
So I have a couple of things. One of them comes from a study out of social psychology and personality science. And according to this study, what they found was that single women tend to report being happier and more satisfied with life than single men. And there's many reasons why they found this could likely be the case. But one of them, the most significant one, seemed to be that women tend to have more social support outside of their romantic relationships than men do. Women tend to have a larger and more connected friend group over than men. And so single women might be able to get their social, emotional, and other relationship needs met, whether or not they're in a romantic relationship, whereas men typically have fewer of those opportunities. And so they found that that was the case, and also that women are tend to be more self-sufficient than they were, 50 years ago. Women nowadays make have equal opportunities to men when it comes to earning income and developing a career. And so there could be less that they're getting out of relationships, or less that they need to get out of relationships than they did necessarily 50 years ago. And so it seems like women tend to be happier. Not that women can't still be happy in relationships, but that because I'm happily in a relationship, I have to say, but that single women tend to be happier than single men whenever they're not in relationships. So I thought that was really fascinating too. I know that there's been a lot of talk, especially during Men's Mental Health Month, about men's loneliness. And so I think this is more research to help us understand just why it is so important for men to have those connections and to build those friendships and have that opportunity as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Well, that is really fascinating. And, I think I've seen just in my practice and maybe, yours as well, that it does seem like because of those social connections that women tend to do better, whenever their relationship, dissolves than men. Men tend to find themselves like maybe have some work friends or something like that, but not anyone that they really hang out with other than that. And men in general have a harder time kind of connecting on emotional levels with other people and things like that. So I can certainly see that being a struggle.
Yeah, I know that our old friend Jeff Jones actually has a men's a men's group that is really, from what I understand, supposed to help men to establish those more in-depth emotional connections with other men and provide those tools for establishing those friendships. And so, there are therapists out there who are helping, who are definitely seeing the need and helping to address it. But it is very important. I think again, it just highlights the need to pay more attention to that aspect of men's lives.
Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. Shout out to Jeff Jones.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so if you want to know how to reach Jeff Jones, it's it's jones-counseling.com. And you can find their website there and have a way to reach out to him and find out more about his men group. I didn't know he did that. So that's awesome.
It's really neat.
So something that I have as far as just kind of local news, I think we've heard on the news about this mental health center that was hoping to use the ARPA money to be able to build that. And there has just been contention between the city of Oklahoma and wanting to build that and things like that there. It's kind of over there real close to Del City is
Mm-hmm.
where they were trying to build that. So there was a lot of contention there. So if I know that they went into mediation, apparently they weren't able to solve anything in mediation. And so they have until tomorrow to decide how those funds are going to be spent. And so looking at ARPA funds, so just a little bit of history on that. It stands for American Rescue Plan Act. And so it was signed by President Biden back in 2021. And the deadline to use it is, as I've already said, tomorrow. And so what they are probably going to end up doing is dispensing that to other districts and giving the money to nonprofits and also using it for infrastructure. So we're not going to lose that money completely. It comes out to, let's see, what was it? I want to say $40 million. Yeah, $40 million. We're not going to lose it completely. It's just not going to go into building that mental health center. So I'm glad that it is going to still be used in some way, but too bad that we're not going to be able to get that need met. Yeah. All right,
Do
Hayley,
we
what
know?
else do you have for us?
Well, to ask, do we know if there's still plans to build the center without that funding, or if that's just not going to happen? No.
No. Apparently they were going to use that money to build it, and so now that they're not going to be able to use that money, Sure, there might be plans on building it somehow, somewhere, in the future, but that's pretty much on hold at this point. It's
Oh,
my
that's too
understanding.
bad.
Yeah.
Well, I have one more piece of news, and it also comes from Oklahoma, and that's the Oklahoma Department of Emergency Management has launched a couple of programs to help Oklahomans during the winter. One of them is the Weatherization Assistance Program, and so that is a program in which folks with low income can apply for weatherization needs. So maybe getting some updates to their home when it comes to windows or it comes to making their home less drafty. They've also implemented the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, which can help folks with their bills when it comes to heating over the winter time. And so, if you know of any clients who might be in need of services like that, whether that is winterizing their home or some bill assistance, they can go to the Oklahoma Department of Emergency Management's website and find the applications there for both of those assistance programs. So, really happy to see that the Department of Emergency Management is providing that access for folks.
Yeah, that is fantastic. And the last piece of news that I have talks about the filing for bills for this upcoming legislative session is due on January 16th. And so I was just taking a look at our Legiscan here that we have for Oklahoma Counseling Institute, looking at the bills that are being introduced. And Haley, it is already like filling up. I mean, I haven't
Oh my
gone
goodness.
counting them, but I want to say there's easily 100, if not more, that are already being put to be addressed in this upcoming legislative session. And so last year we had our on the Oklahoma Counseling Institute website, we had a tab that people could click on and see what bills were related to mental health were in the Oklahoma legislation and how they were progressing. And so we're planning on doing the same thing this year. So here in the next few weeks, certainly by the time that deadline approaches, we'll have that up again, and then we'll be able to monitor those and see how those are progressing in Oklahoma legislative. And then I know that we're planning on doing another town hall as well, to where we have people from different associations and different groups that will meet together online, and we'll let everybody know when that is, whenever we have that solidified, to talk about what their focus is on this year in the legislative session. So it's really exciting to see all these things kind of starting to emerge again.
Yes, already feeling invigorated for the new year, eager to see what comes not only from legislation, but just in Oklahoma's mental health in general.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Haley. So I know we do weekly drawings. So who is our winner for this week?
Our winner is our dear friend Kiera Morris. Yay, Kiera!
Hey, congratulations, Kira. So we will get your gift card out to you. And so, Haley, how did Kira win on our weekly drawing?
So Kiera won by liking last week's post. And so if you'd like to be like Kiera and be entered into a chance to win next week's drawing, you can like this post, share this post, or comment your answer to today's question. Anytime you do one of those three things, not only do you help us grow, you help us feed the algorithm and help others to see us, but you also get entered into a chance to win next week's drawing. And so we really appreciate you supporting us, Kiera.
Yes, congratulations, Kira, to you. And yeah, again, if you want to be like Kira, then just do what Haley said: like, share, comment on this post, and you're entered into next week's drawing. So, what is our question for this week, Haley?
So our question for this week is, what is your New Year's resolution? And so
New Year's resolutions, and some people have given up on New Year's resolutions, Haley. They just don't do them at all. But what is your New Year's resolution, Haley?
So my New Year's resolution this year is to write at least one sentence per day. So I've always been a writer, and I have written for other publications and Oklahoma Counseling Institute, of course. I haven't done any personal writing in a while. So I want to write at least one sentence per day and my own personal writing, my own ideas. So that's my goal. How about you, Micah? Do you have one?
Oh my goodness, I have so many things that I am working on right now. But I think the one that I will mention today is my New Year's resolution is to not throw out any food. And so I mean, I got my belly here, so you would think that would be pretty easy to meet. But the thing that I hate doing is buying like fresh stuff and
Mhm.
putting it in the refrigerator, and then you don't eat it, it turns brown, and you have to throw it out. Or even having like leftover food, you forget to put it in the freezer, it goes bad, you throw it out. So that is my goal, is to not have to throw out anything. It goes in the freezer or it goes in my belly, one or the other. But that I'm not throwing anything out. So that's the one that I'll mention for today. So we'd love to hear what your New Year's resolution is. And if you are choosing not to have one, we respect that as well. You can just post, I'm choosing not to have one this year. But if you want to post what one of your New Year's resolutions this year is, then you'll be entered to win, as well as liking or sharing this Monday Lunchtime Digest.
Yeah, so thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and we hope you have a very happy and safe new year.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful new year. And as always, anytime that you tell a colleague about us, or that you attend an on-demand course, you take an on-demand course, you attend a webinar, you attend an in-person event, anytime you do any of those things, and you're helping to support the mission of providing quality continuing education in Oklahoma and beyond. And we thank you guys so much for your support. So everyone have a good new year, and we'll see everyone next Monday.
See you next year.
All right. All right. Bye-bye, everyone.